Technology Airtime, the metric hiding in plain sight. Since 1999, Technology Airtime didn't come from a lab, a white paper, or a Silicon Valley keynote. It was discovered in the wild, in a Fortune 500 reservation center in 1999, by a man who simply paid attention. It began with a conversation. An MIS director told the story of several blind employees who used Windows computers with a screen reader. Keyboard in, speech out. Nothing unusual there. But 2 weeks after his team rolled out an upgraded reservation system, a performance report landed on his desk that made no sense. The blind employees were suddenly 20% more efficient than their sighted peers. Not 2%, not 5%, 20%. They were opening and closing reservations faster, completing more calls, and outperforming people who could see the entire screen at once. The MIS director was stunned. He knew these employees were skilled, but this was a leap, so he did what great technologists do. He observed. Within 15 minutes, the answer revealed itself. The new system had been redesigned around the mouse. Sighted employees were talking to customers while their hands constantly traveled from keyboard to mouse and back again. That tiny movement, repeated hundreds of times a day, was invisible to the eye but devastating to efficiency. The blind employees, however, never touched a mouse. Their workflow was pure keyboard, pure input. No wasted motion, no switching modalities, no friction. That's when the MIS director realized he wasn't looking at a disability story. He was looking at a computing principle, the discovery. Every second a user spends interacting with a device, moving a hand, switching tools, waiting for output is technology airtime. And technology airtime is the real cost of computing. The programmers went back and removed every mouse dependency. They rebuilt the system to be fully keyboard-driven. The result, everyone, sighted and blind, became faster. Why this matters today? In 1999, this was an interesting anomaly. In 2026, it's the blueprint for the next era of computing. We've spent decades obsessing over processor speed, RAM, GPU cores, and model size, but none of those matter if the human on the other side is slowed down by the interface. The real bottleneck isn't silicon, it's interaction. Technology Airtime reframes the entire industry. The fastest system is the one that removes the most friction. The best interface is the one that demands the least from the user. The winning platforms of the future will be those that minimize human effort, not maximize machine power. Voice, gesture, predictive input, automation, multimodal AI, these aren't conveniences, they're airtime reducers. The blind employees in 1999 weren't outperforming because they had an advantage. They were outperforming because the system forced them into the most efficient interaction model. They were living proof that the fewer steps a human must take, the more powerful the technology becomes. The lesson that still holds. Technology airtime is the most important specification in computing. It always has been. The industry just didn't have a name for it. Today, the idea that interaction time is the true cost of computing has become a global conversation. But its roots trace back to a single discovery in 1999, when Patrick J. Fisher, CEO of F1 Key, LLC, first recognized technology airtime as the hidden drain on human productivity. Now, Fisher owns the Technology Airtime website, where he writes, teaches, and advocates for reducing this invisible tax on our time. He also produces educational videos featuring Benjamin "Benny" Franklin, his favorite founding father, whose timeless reminder that time is money has become the guiding principle behind the movement. Fisher believes that unchecked technology airtime is costing governments and businesses trillions of dollars every year, and he's committed to helping the world reclaim that lost time, one interaction at a time.